the shadow that tucked me in. I never had trouble sleeping as a kid. Unlike my friends, who needed nightlights or stuffed animals, I enjoyed the darkness. The silence, the stillness, it felt safe. At least, that's what I thought. Everything changed the night I woke up facing the wall. It was such a small thing at first. I always went to sleep facing the room, but that night, I woke up with my nose nearly touching the wall. It didn't seem like a big deal. Maybe I had rolled over in my sleep. It happens, right? But when it happened again the next night, and the night after that, something felt off. Ten came the closet door. I always shut it before bed. It was just a habit, a routine. But one morning, I woke up and saw that it was open, just a crack. I was sure I had closed it the night before. But again, I reasoned with myself. Maybe I was just forgetting. Maybe my mom had come in to check on me and left it open. Then, the nightmares started. They weren't like normal dreams. They felt real. In them, I wasn't in some strange, impossible place. I was right there in my own bed. I would wake up facing the wall, just like in real life. My room would feel wrong. The air tick. The silence todib. And then I would feel it. A presence behint me. Something standing at the foot of my bed, Bettchen. But I never turned around. Even in my dreams, I knew not to look. One night, though, the dream was different. I woke up, facing the wall, heart pounding. I could feel it behind me, but this time, I heard something too. A whisper. It didn't sound human. The voice was dry, papery, like old leaves scraping against pavement. It didn't say words, just a sound, like something trying to speak but failing. Then, the blankets around me tightened. I felt them press against my body, tucking me in, little by little. I was paralyzed with fear, unable to move as the invisible hands smoothed the sheets over my chest, my shoulders, my legs, holding me in place. I woke up gasping. The morning sunlight streamed through my window, and everything looked normal. But my blankets were tucked so tightly around me that I had to struggle to get free. I told my parents about the nightmares. They brushed it off, said it was just stress, just a phase. But I knew something was wrong. I started staying awake as long as I could, afraid of what might happen if I let myself sleep. I kept the lights on. I made sure the closet door was locked shut. But it didn't matter. One night, even with every light on, exhaustion finally won. My eyelids grew heavy, and I drifted off. I woke up in the dark. The lights were off. I knew with absolute certainty that I hadn't turned them off. I was facing the wall again. And I wasn't alone. The air was freezing. The silence was deafening. And then, so slowly, so deliberately, I felt the mattress shift. Something was climbing into bed with me. The weight pressed down behind me, close enough that I could feel it breathing against the back of my neck. And then, an arm draped over my waist. Not human, not warm. The skin was papery, too thin, too dry. The fingers curled around my stomach, holding me close, pulling me against something cold. I wanted to scream. I wanted to run. But I couldn't move. Then, right against my ear, I heard it. A voice. Low, breathless. You sleep so well. I don't remember what happened after that. Maybe I passed out. Maybe I forced myself into unconsciousness. But the next morning, I woke up alone. But things weren't the same anymore. The blankets weren't just tucked in. I was wrapped in them so tightly I could barely move. And when I finally got out of bed, my arms were sore, like someone had been holding them down all night. I told my parents again, but they didn't believe me. I could see it in their faces. They thought I was making it up. That night, I set up my old phone to record myself while I slept, just to prove I wasn't crazy, just to see if I really was moving in my sleep, if I was turning myself towards the wall. Ivishi hadn't. I didn't wake up that night. Not in the middle of it, at least. I slept straight through until morning. And when I checked the footage, ISAV waiting. At exactly 3:12 a.m., my body shifted, not by itself. A shadow, darker the room, stepped out from the closet. It had no features, no face, just long, spindly limbs and an unnatural stillness. It walked to my bedside. I saw its hands reach out, take the blanket, and carefully, almost lovingly, pull it up to my chin. It smoothed it over me. Then, its fingers caressed my hair. I thought that was the worst part. But then my body moved. My sleeping self turned over, slowly, like I was under some kind of spell. And in the moment before the screen turned black, before the recording ended, I saw my own sleeping face. And I was smiling. I never sleep facing the wall anymore. But it doesn't matter. Because last night, I woke up on my back. And I felt the cold fingers combing through my hair again.